Hello, I'm Calvin Morris and I'm here today to talk to you about Red Dwarf XI Can of Worms. 6 weeks has come and gone and the final episode of Red Dwarf XI is out. So without any further ado, let's talk about the good, let's talk about the bad, let's talk about Red Dwarf Can of Worms. Now this is going to be a spoiler heavy review, so if you haven't seen the episode you might want to give this a miss, but for the rest of us, let's talk about Red Dwarf Can of Worms. And I'm going to kick things off by saying, this is how they're going to end Series XI? This is how they're going to end the show? With this? Oh, this was an unbalanced episode. It was fun, don't get me wrong, it was fun. But this was missed opportunity after missed opportunity. The whole personality tuck machine bit at the start, where they got one or two gags out of it, which I felt like, first of all, it was a nice looking set. It was a nice looking set, nice looking props, well lit, looked good. But you got a couple of gags out of it, and I was like, right, okay, pay attention here because this is going to play in later on in the episode. And so I knew it was coming, because you wouldn't waste 9 minutes of a show's time on this one thing unless it had a purpose. So that gets out of the way. We start on the main crutch of the story, which is that they go to rescue a prisoner, which it turns out is a female cat. And me personally, I was having a great deal of fun here, because the second that she was introduced and she started doing Danny John Jules Season 1 Red Dwarf with the whole cat scream and the whole this is mine, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine, I was loving it. I was absolutely loving it. I was beaming, I was laughing. I thought it was a really good performance. I was really enjoying it. And then the next scene it gets revealed that that cat is a polymorph. Ah, why? Why? Why so soon? I mean, there's all these internet videos of cats doing catty things together and all that. There's plenty of stuff there that you can plough from, that you can just draw inspiration from to write these scenes of these two cats out on a date. They could have been in an empty room with a ball of string, it would have been funny, we would have laughed, everything would have been great. They could have built the relationship between these two characters and then done the whole bit whereby Krytens says to Lister, oh dear, I think you should know it's not a cat, it's a polymorph. And the idea being that that it's just trying to get Cat pregnant. I felt it was good, because even in the episode whereby that scene actually happens, when they go and find Cat and he's talking about it, he's on about the tube going down his throat and everything, and Cat then turns to Lister and says, still counts, right? Still counts. I was still laughing, I still thought it was funny, but it was just like, wow, did you just glance over an entire relationship there? So it just happened way too fast. And it was too, it just flipped the switch like so. And then when they go through the entire pregnancy of the cat, and then he gives birth, there was a little bit of fun there, yeah, funny, he's giving birth to a pineapple, okay. So all that sort of stuff was kind of fun. So that was all pretty good up to that point. But then they had to go on the hunt for these polymorphs because they'd all escaped. That was just confusing. As to what Cat was doing, as to what was going on with Lister. They used the personality tuck machine on Lister. For one gag, it didn't pay off. They didn't follow through on it. At no point did they sort of go, oh, we'll use this emotionally drained person to hunt these polymorphs. And then the end resolve happened like that, and it was just, oh, Cat's killed them. Well, that doesn't even make sense now, because Cat was saving them to protect them. So this was just a mess. If I had to say, what the best thing about this episode was, it's probably the scenes where the two cats were together before you found out it was a polymorph. I thought that was fantastic. but the story itself had plenty of good ideas. They just didn't have the time to tell this story. They just didn't have the time. If this had been a 40-minute episode, which would have been a cracking way to end the series, then maybe this would have worked. But as it was, it just flashed by way too fast. The reveals happened too quick. The resolve happened too quick. The resolve didn't even make sense. There was a waste of time with that personality tech machine at the start, considering that they weren't going to bother using it to help resolve the episode at the end. It was a fun episode, but just missed opportunity after missed opportunity. And I felt that they could have done a lot better with it. That's just pretty much what I think. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because there's really nothing else to say about this episode. You know, like I said, it could have done a lot better, and it wasn't the best way to end Series XI. Anyway, that's it from me. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Red Dwarf XI Can of Worms. And also feel free to like, comment on this video, subscribe to this channel, or go over and join me on Google+. But until next time, I'll see you later, guys.